Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake of robertoblake.com helping you create something awesome today. Welcome to another YouTube 30 of 30 channel review. In this series, I'm reviewing channels from 30 YouTubers and I'm telling you what they're doing awesome and also giving them some tips on how they can improve. This entire series is sponsored by our friends over at TubeBuddy, who make a great browser plugin that's helping me audit these YouTube channels. It's something I use for my paying clients. You can use the TubeBuddy browser plugin to find out how you're ranking in YouTube search, what your competitors are doing, and when the best times to upload your videos are. There are a ton of great features and tools in TubeBuddy, and it's something that I use here regularly on the channel, and it is my secret weapon when it comes to dominating YouTube search. So make sure you're checking out that plugin at tubebuddy.com/awesome. Links are in the description. So let's go ahead and jump into today's review. So in this YouTube 30 of 30 review, we're going to be looking at Geekdom101. This is what I would refer to as a fandom channel. And the reason I would say it's a fandom channel is because you've got pop culture stuff, you've got anime, you've got movies, you've got Star Wars, so you got video games. It's really a pop culture style channel. This is a growing trend in YouTube. I actually watch some stuff like this in my downtime. I watch this, I watch Emergency Awesome, I watch What the Flick, and I watch Urban Acolyte for Star Wars stuff. Also Dash. So there are a couple of channels like this that I actually really get into because I'm a big old nerd. You guys already know that about me. And Geekdom is one of them if you are interested in especially Dragon Ball Z. That's a lot of his content as of late. Now this channel is one that may not really need a ton of advice. I mean, it's a almost 100,000 subscriber channel. On average, you see that like in a week, this channel can get 50,000, 80,000, 100,000 views pretty easily on its content, and it's going to just keep piling up and piling up. So there are things that I'm going to look at, like why the Star Wars content is underperforming. I know that right now, one of the things this is doing that's smart is Dragon Ball Super is a newer anime. It's got a huge fan base, whether that's older people like me who grew up on Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z, etc., or newer audiences that are getting into it. But one of the things this channel is not taking advantage of in the video game side is Pokemon Go. So one of the things I've not talked about in this series is from a content strategy standpoint, what's called tentpole content. You guys will probably know this more as quote-unquote trending content, like what's hot YouTube list and trending topics and so on. And as we all know that this summer Pokemon Go has changed everything. It's literally changed the world already. And, you know, that matters. So that's what you would call trending content or tentpole content because that's something new. Star Wars Rogue One is something new that's going on. Star Wars is back in a big way. These videos could be performing better, so I'm going to probably focus in on these rather than the Dragon Ball Z stuff because this is probably where I can help. I would probably, for this Star Wars Knights of Ren video, I would have probably led with, in the first line of this description, who are the Knights of Ren? Or Knights of Ren reveal, question mark, explanation point. I might have even titled that Star Wars Knights of Ren revealed, and then question mark, explanation point, and then Star Wars Episode 8. That's how I probably would have titled this video, and that's what, and with a question mark and explanation point, that, you know, makes sense. That's like, oh, will that be revealed, or is that being revealed, or was there a new leak? You know, or I would have put Star Wars Knights of Ren leak. You know, Star Wars Episode 8, Knights of Ren leaked. You know, that probably would have done really well. This is ranking 19 and 20, which means this is the bottom of the first page of YouTube search. Not terrible, but obviously it could be better. Now, I don't think that I will be able to rank this for Knights of Ren revealed or Knights of Ren leaked, since that's not in the title or the description, in the same way that it's not ranking for Kylo Ren or any of this other stuff, because, again, it's not in the description, it's not in the title. So I don't know here. But I do know that Knights of Ren revealed or Knights of Ren leak will probably be something that people searched on. or if they saw it come across their feed in Twitter or Facebook or in a YouTube search, that would get their attention. So making sure that your titles and your thumbnails both are designed to get attention, that actually matters. I mean, you can see that this guy here over on the side, that's going to get our attention, and that matters. So I would just look into those types of things. I mean, look at a recommended video here. It doesn't got a lot of views, but this is recommended. Star Wars Episode 8, The Knights of Ren leaked trailer. Look, there we go. So let's take a look at what's going on here with some public statistics. Oh, the statistics on this one are not public. Awesome. Let's see what we can find out. 1 share in Facebook. Okay, as best as we can tell. This video came out in May, so this was like 2 months ago. Star Wars is a hot topic right now. This should definitely have a lot more traction and a lot more views. So I think the tags and the lack of search had a lot to do with it. Also, a lack of a strong description. So I think this needs more, because the Dragon Ball Z stuff probably doesn't need that because of what the fan base is, because of what the channel artwork is, which, since this is Star Wars movies and more, and this isn't a bad piece of channel art, but I would probably want something that's much more like, I mean, you have some great thumbnails. I would want something that's more on par with some of the really good thumbnails. So I think that could definitely be a thing. This is an awesome thumbnail, so I think the fact that it's not ranking is why this didn't get as many views. The same thing for a lot of these Star Wars ones. This one for Rogue One, like, I think that could have performed better. I think that it's search. Episode 8 speeder sequence. I mean, look at this. These are like pretty decent. Some of these thumbnails could be better, but again, I think that it really is coming down to search. I think that you aren't having to work nearly as hard on the Dragon Ball Z stuff. I mean, let's click on this one, because again, it's Dragon Ball Z. Or Dragon Ball or whatever. It's anime. That one's not going to be as hard of a sell. YouTube's a young audience. That's and top 10 lists perform really well. And look at that. The stuff that you're ranking in for search, immediately you can see the correlation to how many views you're getting. So that matters. This is easily something that people in your audience are going to click on. I would still say that this could be improved through descriptions, but again, you still, because of what the title is, did fine for the tags, because these are simple enough tags. So I think that matters. Even without doing all of the SEO stuff you can do with the description, there is still a lot of your easy ability to rank and search for that. And then thumbnail-wise, this is just going to get clicked by anybody under 20. That's just how it's going to play out. So if you want to grow beyond the Dragon Ball Z stuff and you want the Star Wars and the video game stuff to do better, you have to double down on the things that I've talked about in the entire series for titles, descriptions, and tags. I can't stress that enough. I'd go back, I'd revise all this stuff for the Star Wars playlist, and then I would redistribute that stuff in Twitter and in Facebook and get more attention to it. So that's what I would do. Let's look at playlist. Solid overall playlist. Let's see. You got some more here. You can probably diversify the playlist a lot more because you have a ton of content, so there's probably more playlists you can get out of this. I mean, it's not like people aren't watching the Star Wars stuff. At least you have descriptions in your playlist. That's something we've, like, almost no channel in the entire YouTube 30 of 30 series has had descriptions for their playlist. So well done, Geekdom. That was well played. Thank you for actually doing that. Let's see. What's going on in the About section? I think there could be more in the About section. I think the more descriptive it is, the better. And if you have a schedule, then I would make people aware of that. So I definitely think that matters. Again, you've got a high volume of content. It looks like you're pumping stuff out every single day. Nice. That's challenging. So, I mean, if you're going to pump out content every day, I would say let people know you're going to pump out content every day in the channel header. So that's definitely something that you could look into. and I think that that would help. Overall, you've got a solid channel. You're doing right things. You've been able to build a community. You're almost up to 100,000 subscribers. You're well on that way to getting the silver play button. Um, you have a strong fan base. You know what will draw people into your channel, and then you have a lot of content for them to consume. And with you doing daily content, you're well on your way. So your channel will grow. I worry that right now you might be oversaturating the Dragon Ball Z stuff, and people are going to feel that that's the main content of this channel, or that this is a Dragon Ball Z or anime channel. And I know you want to do other stuff, and you named it Geekdom because you're a geek. You want to do all these other things. You want to get into some gaming stuff. You are a fan of Star Wars. Clearly, you're a fan of movies. So if you want to get the movie review stuff and the Star Wars stuff more attention so that you can diversify and not lean heavily just on the Dragon Ball Z stuff, then, which is important, because what if that ends in like one more season or something like that? What are you going to do then? I mean, granted, there's still a fan base and a fandom done there. People have been writing Dragon Ball content even when Dragon Ball Super wasn't a thing. So you can get by on that, but I would say you need to expand into this other content. Star Wars is popular and has huge communities. You have huge channels like Dash and Urban Acolyte that are growing around Star Wars content. I would definitely do something with Pokemon Go right now while that's popular. And I think with all the other movies coming out this summer, that there's a lot you can do here. I would go back and I would revise the titles, descriptions, and tags on some of this stuff. I would definitely do more top 10 list on movies. I would do top 10 list on Star Wars. Those perform well. So those are things that I would suggest. Overall, solid channel, strong thumbnails, and you know how to get attention. I just think that you really need to focus on search, and I think that that will definitely help you. So definitely look into doing that. Make sure you're using TubeBuddy, tubebuddy.com/awesome, to rank better in search and to understand how that goes. Also, look into using the tool to see what the best time of day to upload might be, which could change for you, because right now it's the summer. That might not matter with a young audience, but you never know. Just see what the data is telling you. And at some point, I need to do some tutorials around using the data side of TubeBuddy and not just the search stuff. So, guys, make sure you're subscribed to me and staying tuned for that, because that stuff's coming. Anyway, great job, Geekdom. Looks like you're on your way to 100,000 subscribers. You've got a channel that's here for true geeks. And, of course, you know that I check your stuff out in the rare moments that I'm not doing work. All right, take care. So that's it for today's review. If you want to check out more videos from this awesome creator, make sure you're hitting them up. The links are in the description below so you can check out their channel. There were a lot of great tips in this review. Maybe they can actually help you improve your YouTube channel if you're doing something similar. I want to thank our friends over at TubeBuddy for sponsoring this review today. I couldn't be doing this without them. They make my life a lot easier, and it's something that I think could help a lot of you. So make sure you're checking that out at tubebuddy.com/awesome. I think it'll help you grow your YouTube channel. Remember, there are 30 total YouTube channel reviews in this playlist, so if these tips don't apply to you, maybe something that I gave to another creator in terms of advice is something that would be more helpful for you with your channel. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome content on the channel. Remember, YouTube tips are usually on Fridays. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, create something awesome today.